You're listening to the Moody Mommies podcast.
Audio warning. You may or may not hear kids screaming and yelling in the background, or us screaming or yelling at them to keep it together.
Alrighty, Moody Mommies. It's us, your faves.
Favorite Mommies. I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Jessica. And as you could probably tell by the audio sound, we're in different locations today.
We are not together.
No, it's so tough to our schedules are so busy, and to try to meet up is a little nuts. But we are going to have to get you a laptop so that way you can keep your mic at home, and we could do it that way. Or maybe
Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming. Treat yourself this Christmas. Or you can tell your husband exactly what you need. Just a basic laptop. I just need a plug.
Oh, just a huge item. Just one huge item will be great.
Or maybe I wonder, because these mics have so many ports in it, if there's like an attachment that you could just plug it into your iPad. I'm sure there has to be.
Sure there is. And it'll save me thousands of dollars.
Yeah. So just look it up. Just Google it. Amazon it. It'll come up for you.
I'm sure.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, I am sure you've been seeing, if you follow us on Instagram, I've been kind of trying to stick to the story and be on top of it. And maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, I asked if you guys wanted a Disney episode. And Vanessa kind of brought to my attention that we did it a little bit when we talked to Alyssa about budgeting. So if you want to hear our budgeting tips for Disneyland, listen to that episode. It's called, I think it's Budgeting with Darling Tomboy. Something like that. But that was from a few months back. So you can find it. It should be easy. We don't have that many episodes.
We're getting there. We're trying.
I know. We're building it. We're trying to get our consistency back together. But for this week, we are just going to talk about what we love about Disney. And I kind of got a few tips from other moms, too. A few things that I already knew. And other things were just oh, yeah. I don't know why I didn't think of letting other people know that.
Yeah.
I know. One of our favorite little moody monsters just had a big birthday.
We did. Our little Louie turned 2. I can't believe it.
Me either.
I just can't. I still remember when we first started doing this podcasting thing, I had just had her, and I was just trying to get in the routine of breastfeeding and having a toddler. And now I'm oh my God, I have 2 toddlers. It's crazy. I have a 2 and a 3-year-old. It's ridiculous.
Zoe's pretty much almost out of toddler stage, and she's about to be what is known as the preschooler.
She's about to be just
right,
I don't even know.
Because 4 years old, I don't think is toddler anymore. I think that's considered a preschooler. All these stages. Okay, so tell me about your guys' Disney trip.
It was fun. We woke up really early in the morning and we sang her happy birthday in bed at 7 in the morning. It was hilarious because she was so confused, what is happening with life? This is barely her 2nd birthday. So she's just what are you doing, you weirdos? All excited in my room. But it was really fun. We got her ready, let her wear her costume to do her celebration. So it's her 2nd birthday that we celebrated at the park on her actual birthday. So it's her little tradition so far, solid. And it was a lot of fun. We just went for mainly just the daytime. So we didn't have to pack crazy, all this heavy, stuff to take. We went in super early, so we were probably there at 9 in the morning.
Well, speaking of stuff to take, what is it that you guys usually pack if you're going to stay there the whole day?
If I'm going to stay there the whole day, it's a snowstorm could hit and I'm ready for anything in the world. I have everything. I have an extra
If it's summertime, I'll have an extra summer outfit. I always have a nighttime outfit because, dude, we live in LA and you never know. Like, it's hot, cold. Like, you are so confused on what to wear in life always. So I always just have, like, an extra daytime outfit, nighttime outfit, a jacket, a blanket, snacks, of course, and tons of water bottles if I'm going to be there all day. But now that winter is coming, of course, it's going to change the dynamics of what's going to be going in the backpacks. So it's going to just be a lot of warmer clothes because if you stay at Disneyland all night, of course, it's always a little chilly in the nighttime. So, but yeah, we didn't have to take much, you know, went for the day, went to go, her first request was to go say hi to Jasmine. Princess Jasmine. So that's what we did. We went straight over there, said our hellos to Jasmine. And you know what's so crazy? That was the first time that we've actually been able to see Jasmine in the park. Yeah, because we specifically asked where she was and how to find her and everything. Like, she's never really out. She's kind of hard to find.
She is kind of hard to find. I think I saw her one time in the princess, the little meet and greet princess area where you do the 3.
Yeah. She's never in there, though. Like, it's always Snow White, Cinderella, and Ariel, always. I mean, I guess those are, like, favorites because Luna requested a Princess Jasmine party, and she's, like, the forgotten princess. She's really hard to find. Like, they don't just have, like, all these party supplies of Princess Jasmine. Like, I had to go and hunt every item down, and I bought every single thing that they sold of Princess Jasmine.
Sure you did.
I had to, hey. So, you know, I was like, it's so funny because not this time for her birthday, but the last time we went to the park, we were sitting by, like, the corn dog area by the babysitter, and we were eating dinner, and she comes walking by, like, to go, like, you know, go away for the night, I guess, to get ready for Fantasmic. And I seen her walking towards us, right? And I jumped up, and I'm like, where were you? And she's like, looks at me, like, so confused. And I'm like, Zoe, come here. Come and give her a hug. So she goes and she hugs Zoe. And I'm like, where have you been? We've been looking all over for you. And Joey just starts dying laughing at me. He's like, you sounded like a little kid. Like, you're over here just, like, questioning, interrogating Jasmine. Like, where have you been all day? But yeah, she's really hard to find. So we were super excited to find her. But I guess if your kids have, like, that's another note or something, another tip. If your kids have a specific character that they want to find in the park, you can always hit one of the umbrellas, like for the little information people, and they'll let you know where the character will be and what the schedule is. And unfortunately, I know, like, characters that have like Moana, she's not out, I don't think, like, during the winter time. Like, she'll only be out during the summer. So if you just check in with those guys, they will let you know how to make your kids' day their whole little heart, you know?
Yeah. And even if you don't do that, like, honestly, the Disneyland app is live.
It has everything on there. It really does.
And that way you can kind of, like, prep your kids, because you could see before you start the day which characters are on the schedule. So you could, you know, start the day, like, go through it, like, oh, you know what, I think, you know, so-and-so is not going to be there today. They had to go, you know, work on something in Arendelle or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I use the freaking Disneyland app for everything. And
you know what? I get so mad at myself because every time I'm there, I'm like, oh, I'm going to use it. And I can never remember my dang password. I'm like always locked out of it. So this time I went and hit the umbrella and the guy helped me because my phone was dead, of course. You know me and my freaking phones. Yes, we found her and we took pictures with her. We got on a couple rides and the birthday girl was pooped. She probably fell asleep at like 4 o'clock and we were just like, let's get out of here.
I would have done the same. That's usually what we do. Yo, she fell asleep. It's time to go.
She's going to wake home now. Magical poof. Back to the house.
Well, good. I'm glad she had a good birthday.
She did. I'm glad she did.
Well, so Luna's 2 years old now, and one of the moms that we've actually had on an episode, Anais, asked me what do we think is the best age to take kids to Disneyland where they will appreciate it. So we've been taking these ones since they were in their months, right? We've always had Disneyland passes. But
so they're going to be ungrateful Disneyland brats.
Yeah. Well, her boys are turning 2, so I guess she wanted to know, is this a good time or should she wait to take them? And I think 2 years old is a really good time.
I think so too.
I
think they're more aware. Mm-hmm. It'll be like a very good memory. You know what I mean? Yeah, they may not remember every single thing, but they'll remember.
A little bit. Totally will. And even if they don't, what I was telling her was that I thought 2 was a really good age because at that point, for sure, they already know some of the characters. So it makes it a lot easier because they're like, oh, there's Mickey, or oh, there's, Judy and Nick from Zootopia. Like, they just know exactly how to pinpoint the characters, and it's not just, oh, I'm pushing you against this fuzzy thing. And I know Luna has known them for a long time, but because, she has Zoe's support to help her with who the characters are. Aside from that, she's just super smart. But 2 is really, I think, a solid age to get them going.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
And then she was also talking to me about taking food, and that's what we talked about in on the budgeting episode. Mm-hmm. Do you have any recommendations for what types of food do you think are good to take to Disneyland?
I would say if you're going in the morning, what I always normally like to do if I'm trying to budget, I'll eat breakfast before I leave the house, and I'll pack a lunch for sure. And I'll pack snacks and drinks. And if I really don't want to lug around more than that, then I will only buy dinner. You know what I mean? If I'm going to be there the entire day, then I'll just take a lunch so I don't have to buy 2 meals in the park. I only just purchase the dinner time.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
That's normally my Disneyland goals. But if I really don't want to spend any money, I'll take something for dinner as well, which it'll just depend. I'll take some salads for Joey and I, maybe some corn dogs for the girls, or macaroni and cheese. Just something easy, you know what I mean? Doesn't require too much I have to keep this cold or it's going to spoil, something that I have to cater to so hardcore, because it just makes your day that much harder.
Yeah.
You want to have fun. You go there to have fun. So
you do want to have fun. And I have so much trouble with this one because when I go with you, I, usually I'll take food too. But when I go by myself, it's really hard for me because there's so many seasonal Disney foods that I want to try everything, I'm I don't want to just bring a damn sandwich. I don't want to eat freaking carrot sticks.
You get bored of it. Yeah. I know. There's been so many times where Joey and I will pack a lunch or whatever, and we're just let's just get something. We don't want to eat that. We want to eat something fun and Disneyland-ish.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to take an Instagram photo of my food, guys.
Right?
Stop tripping
I want
me.
to show everyone my beast burger I just got from the Red Rose Cafe.
I know. Don't get mad at me that I just spent $5 on a smoothie, okay? This is what I wanted. It's a seasonal blueberry, raspberry, yada, yada. I don't care. I'm getting it for sure.
And it has Mike and Sully's name in the title somehow, so whatever, okay? I'm paying for this.
Exactly.
Don't judge my life or my bank account.
Ooh, don't even look at that.
Especially after a Disney day.
It's so tough. And when I go by myself, I kind of give myself a little bit more leeway. Plus, I could kind of share with Justine. But when I go with Ernie,
you're oh, it's just me. It's $10. But then when you take the husbands with you, you're Should have left you at home.
I
man.
know, but
It's more expensive.
Ernie's really strict. He will not go to Disneyland unless I pack food, and I'm like, damn it. I really want it. So I'm
nope.
like, I'm like a little hurt in my heart because during Pixar Fest, I wanted to eat at one of the restaurants in New Orleans Square. I forget which one, but they had like a ratatouille special, and it was like a 3-course meal. And
I remember that.
I really wanted it, but I never got it. And now Pixar Fest is over. And
somebody's bitter about this.
A little bit. Nobody took me to eat dinner there.
Whatever, Ernie. She has not forgot about this, and it doesn't sound like she's ever going to, because now it made it to the podcast.
It did. It's eternal now. But one time I went with my sister-in-law and we got Pollo Loco before we went into Disneyland, and that was so perfect because, you know, we're able to walk around and hold our burritos, because a lot of the time sitting down and eating takes so much.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So much. I kind of hate eating.
Especially with the kids. I hate eating too. I'm like, man, if I can't just put it in your hand and you chomp on it while we're just doing whatever or on the car ride home, I don't really know about food anymore. It's just, we have a very disconnected relationship because food, it just takes so much time out of my life. Like it's legit 3 hours of just sitting at the table and eating every day, literally minimum. And that's not even talking about like cooking and cleaning up and you know what I mean? Like it's just, it takes so much out of our life. I know. Feeding kids.
It really does. And it kind of, so I went to Mickey's Halloween party.
Okay.
And it was a lot of fun, but we ate dinner there, which it took so much time.
We lost like 2 hours.
Like pretty much, like at least an hour we lost, you know, because we were there with 3 kids and trying to get them all to eat. And for whatever reason, I don't know why, and this is mostly my fault, I decided, let's just eat right here in Tomorrowland. And I don't know why I like go back to that place, because I hate it and it's a waste of money. Like the food is not good there.
Which one? The behind Buzz Lightyear, the burger place?
Yeah.
Yeah, their burgers are just like, they're like, how could I explain it? They're just crappy. That's all I can say.
No, totally.
It's like a cheap ass cheeseburger somebody threw together for you, and it's super expensive.
Yeah, that's the thing. So with Disneyland, yes, the food is at a higher price, but if you're careful about the restaurant you choose, it could be totally worth it or a total freaking ripoff. You just have to be really careful. Totally. Don't eat in Tomorrowland. It's really tempting because you're going to see pizza, you're going to see chicken nuggets, you're going to see a burger, and you're going to be like, this is easy. Yeah, and it's just like, it's no good. But if you go into like, I think it's in Frontierland or right, I don't know the name of the restaurant. It's like Zocala or something. It's a Mexican restaurant.
Yes. I know it.
It's like, yeah, we've been there together. It's in Frontierland and like right in between like Fantasy Fair. And if you don't know where Fantasy Fair is, it's kind of a new area of Disneyland.
It's basically right across from like the Golden Horseshoe, right? Mm-hmm. Or
Also, probably don't eat at the Golden Horseshoe because it's also just like hamburgers and chicken nuggets.
What would you call that type of food? Like, basically, it's like microwavable food that they just like toss at you, and they like, it's like $11 a plate, $12 a plate. It's not good.
No. Yeah, I guess it's just
where
like,
if you go,
that's just like quick service, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
They're all pretty quick service, but I'm calling it Zocala. It's probably the wrong name. I could look it up, but I'm not going to.
I think it is something with the Z though, for sure.
Their food is like really good. They're making it there, like right in front of your face. It's still quick. Yep. The menu is really simple. They have like easy chicken tacos for kids, or quesadilla or whatever you want. But they have
bean and burrito, something.
Yeah, but they have like interesting food for adults. When you go into New Orleans Square. I've never eaten at any of those restaurants, but that's because the prices kind of scare me. I haven't even looked at the menu, but I'm nervous.
Have you tried the soup bowls?
You know what? I'm not a big bread bowl person. I don't really like
Oh
soups.
my gosh, what's your life?
I know
What
everybody's
is
always
wrong with
like
you?
the clam chowder. You gotta get the clam chowder. Not into it, bro.
Yeah, you
Not
gotta
into
do
it.
I did it, bro.
Ernie always
No,
gets
it's
them.
good. It's good.
Okay, so clam chowder. That's a good choice for you guys. If you want food at Disneyland, think about that.
Yeah, it's not that bad. And then with the discount, it's reasonable. It'll fill you up. It's especially on a cold night. It's really good. So that's another option.
Yeah. What else is good there?
There is, the pizza place right next to Space Mountain.
You like that place?
Dude, the pizza is ridiculously overpriced.
Oh yeah. That's what I was getting
But
at.
the pasta is like all right, and it's not too bad on the prices either.
Yeah, it's not insane. I've definitely eaten there a couple times when the kids are like, "We want pizza," but
Yeah.
it's not my favorite place to eat.
Joey and I got pasta, and it was like a pretty huge portion we were able to share with the girls. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah,
Okay,
it
so
works.
so the pizza port is good for shareables.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay. I feel like what do you think about the Red Rose Tavern? I didn't really like the food there either.
We just went there actually on Luna's birthday. I got a Angus burger, and I kind of felt like it was a tad better than the Tomorrowland food we're talking about. Like, I wasn't satisfied with it. And I was like totally regretting it because we ordered the girls hot dogs at we got them the hot dog meals in Toontown, right? Which were pretty reasonable. It's like a good size hot dog, comes with their yogurt, their milk, and their apples. And for both of the girls, I think I only spent like $12 for their meals. So when we were ordering their food, I was like, "Do you want a hot dog, Joey?" And the worker taking our order was like, "He wants a beast burger from the Red Rose Tavern." And we're like, oh, maybe we do. Maybe we'll wait until we walk over there. So we did. And when we were ordering, I was like, "Should I get the beast burger or just the regular hamburger?" And I got the regular hamburger, and I took a bite of Joey's beast burger, and it was so good.
Really?
It was really good. Yeah, like the meat, everything, it was really good. So I was like, damn, should have got that.
Instead of the regular burger.
Yeah. So that's another option. Where else? The chicken. Have you had the chicken at the place, the famous chicken place right there? I don't know what that restaurant is called either.
What area is it in?
It's right in front of the little Astro Blasters. So it's on Main Street still, I guess.
Uh-huh.
It's on, if you're looking at the castle.
The restaurant?
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Yeah. That's where they do like the Minnie Mouse breakfast or something, right?
I think so. It's on the right-hand side. If you're looking at the castle, if you're walking down Main Street.
The one that's like right behind the little hot dog stand?
Yep, that one. I've had their fried chicken in there, and it's good too, but it is a little on the pricier side. I think it's like $12 plus a plate, but I think the plate comes with like 3 pieces of chicken. It comes with mashed potatoes and like green beans. So it's a pretty large portion of food, you know what I mean? Like if you got that, you would for sure be able to share with Justine. You could probably give her like a whole piece of chicken and some of your sides, and you'd be fine. Or maybe order her own side. But I like to eat at places like that where I can like kind of still like share with the girls, so it's not so much when it's time to pay the bill.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's deciding what to eat is so tough, especially.
It is.
And in California Adventure, I really only eat at that Mexican restaurant at the pier. I think I'm just like really picky, and I only want to eat Mexican food because everything else, I'm just like, I don't want that.
Too. We're like, oh no, we're Mexican. We want all of our food to be Mexican.
But like, there's on I guess it's called Paradise Gardens now. right there where they have there's like a walk-in area where it's all pasta and stuff, but they also have like side windows where they have Mexican food. I never eat that one. I only eat at the like Cocina Cucamonga. That's my jam.
Oh, that's your jam, huh? Christina, she knows it by heart, guys.
Cucamonga.
All the other ones were like, what's the name of that place? But this one, she got it down.
I'm probably saying that wrong too. But okay, so we're talking all this food. Definitely the main thing is do your research and don't fall victim to just getting chicken strips and cheeseburgers.
Yes. Because it's honestly going to cost you probably about the same if you were to go to the nicer restaurant. Like, it literally is you're going to save what, maybe $6-7. You might as well eat a better meal, pay the difference, and just go to the better place, because the fast stuff is it's not worth it. You're not going to be satisfied. And
it's not even that much faster to get food from there.
No, it's not.
But if you have the Disneyland app, which I'm like singing praises for over and over, you actually can pre-order your food before you get to the window. So you just like type it in, you pay for it, and then you just walk up and they give you your stuff.
That's amazing.
I know. I haven't used it yet because every time I remember, the same thing happens to me. I get there and it's weird because I'm logged into my Disneyland account, but when it asked me to log in again so that I could put in my credit card information, and then it keeps telling me that my password is wrong. So it's lying because I know my password.
That happened to me a long time ago. It kept telling me the same thing. I don't know. It happens.
Like, how am I going to log in once and the second time I log in, it's wrong?
It's wrong.
Lies.
Glitch.
On top of lies. I'm just trying to pay for my food through my phone because I don't want to wait in line. Because the lines can get long, especially for like my favorite spots. You're just...
You know what, though? I feel like that's the thing, like, most people that, like, use the term I hate Disneyland, it's always because of the lines. Like, they are just not the type of people that like to wait in lines. And I kind of feel like when you go to Disneyland, it's kind of like very overwhelming to see that, and you're just like, oh my gosh, there's all these people, like, let's get out of here. You just want to take off. But I feel like for the most part, like, the lines move so fast, like they're a little discouraging. Just don't give up. You know what I mean? Like, stick it out. You'll be there before you know it. Most of the time, if you really like time yourself, you're like, wow, that only took me like 5 minutes. You know, it's pretty fast. So
and
don't get overwhelmed.
And then they give you the shortcuts too. You know, like I'm saying, if you have the app, just pre-order your food and you don't have to wait in that long line. You just walk up to the pickup window and, you know, you're done. There's the Fast Pass. And I'm sure most of you guys know this, but I'm just saying it because I did go with somebody who didn't know that Fast Passes worked like this. They thought that you had to buy the Max Pass in order to get, you know, the ticket, the times. And I was like, no, if you brought your Disneyland pass, you just stick it in a little machine and it gives you a comeback time and it's free.
Yeah.
And and Steven was like, oh, I thought it only worked if you had Max Pass. I thought you had to pay $10 for the Fast Pass. And I was like, that's like an additional one. And with that, you could have two at the same time. So you could use your ticket to get a Fast Pass, and you could also have a Max Pass on your phone. So it's kind of like a double thing.
Doubling up, yeah.
Which is like cool. Like, you get to get on your favorite rides a little bit quicker. Sometimes I love details. I don't love detailing stuff myself. I love looking at other people's work and details. So, like how rides do the themes, like you're walking through the queue and there's so much stuff to look at. I kind of miss seeing that stuff when I'm going through the Fast Pass line because, you know, you just kind of go straight to the ride. But I love looking at the little details.
I know, and especially Disneyland, they're all about the little details. Like, something you think no one would pay attention to, they like detail it up, you know? And I love that about Disneyland. It's my favorite part of it.
Do I want to wait an extra hour to look at details? Not really.
Nah, I'll look at it while I'm passing by quickly.
But you know, like on Guardians of the Galaxy, it's like the fast pass lane is in a totally different place than the rest of the queue, so you don't get to see any of that details that they have in the hotel.
Yeah.
So I've never seen it because I've only gotten on that ride in fast pass, even when it was Tower of Terror. But I could kind of like peer and see that it's really decorated, and I'm curious. But
Dude, that ride always has the longest wait time, like longest ever, all the time.
dude, no, Radiator Springs, whatever
Oh,
that ride is. Is that what it's called? Radiator Springs
Yeah.
Racers? Oh, nightmare.
Totally.
Have only been on that line in the fast pass line.
I always get on, well, the last couple of times we've done that ride, I think we did it through single rider. Like, I'm like,
Oh,
where
yeah.
it was just like, let's get on and off of this baby and we're out of here.
Yeah. Same. I've gone on a single rider as well. I'm like, look, I would love to sit next to you, but an hour
I'm
away.
We get to walk around the park together. Okay, that's enough.
I could sit next to strangers. It's not gonna make me less happy to not be sitting with you. I'm still gonna be cheesy when Mater comes out the woodwork. Okay.
It's saving our time in the park. Okay, let's just get it on and over with.
I know. Oh, really quick. I know we're kind of talking about rides a little bit now, but I did want to mention this because I just found this out the other day. Is that the buffets, like Goofy's Kitchen, that if the kids are under 3, they eat for free. Did you know that?
No way.
Yeah.
Well, looks like we know what we're doing for Luna's 3rd birthday.
Well,
No, I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
When you're saying that it's her 2nd birthday.
Yeah.
She'll look it. She'll definitely look it.
Oh, totally.
So I've never eaten at Goofy's Kitchen, but I've seen other people
Me
eating
neither.
there, and it looks like a lot of fun. But
It does.
yes, the little ones that are under 3 could eat for free, but it's $35 a person still.
That's a lot.
It
I
is
mean,
a
if
lot.
you're like a big eater and a buffet is totally your thing, then it's probably totally worth it for you. But if you're like a one plate, I get full really fast, then you're just paying for basically your kids to have a good time. But if you have a Disneyland pass, you might as well just take them inside Disneyland.
Yeah, you can meet the characters in there. That's what you need to
For
do.
free.
That's prepaid.
Yep, it's a monthly bill for us. Let's just go inside the park, kids.
But character meetings are probably my favorite.
They're the cutest thing to see your kid like get however they're gonna get about this character standing in front of them. It's the best.
Yeah, and it's so fun, and they have like, the little certain areas. And also, I know I mentioned a little earlier that the Fantasy Fair area is kind of new. I want to say, it opened within the last 5 years. So a lot of people also don't know about that area. Like you just pass it. You think that's where the princesses are.
Oh yeah.
Like
Really?
yeah, a lot of people don't know that's there. Like whenever I'm like, oh, meet me over here, they're like, where is that? I'm like, on the side of the castle. Oh, I've never even seen this. But because it just looks, it kind of blends in,
Yeah.
You just see you look at the castle straight ahead, and then to the right you see
Rides and
Yeah.
everything else. So
but also like Pixie Hollow. Like a lot of people don't know where that is either.
yeah, it's pretty low key.
So yeah, those 2 spots I think are very low key. There's not, even when we go to see the princesses, there's not a lot of heavy traffic in there usually, unless it's a very busy day.
Right.
So if your little one loves the princesses, you have to hit up this spot because the princesses are there all day.
All day.
And Belle's usually outside, or Elena will be outside. Who else have I seen outside? I don't know. Sometimes the like guys will be outside.
Oh, Rapunzel and Eugene will be out there.
Yeah, like a little the casual princesses will be out there, but the ball gown princesses will be inside the royal hall.
Because they fancy.
They're fancy, yeah. So inside there, I've only ever seen Ariel, Snow White, Cinderella. I've seen Tiana. I've seen Jasmine. And I think that might be it. I think that's all I've seen inside.
Yeah.
And it's very rare that Tiana and Jasmine will be in there.
Yeah.
And that's like the shortcut way to get to that little Mexican restaurant that I like. So.
Yep.
And then they have a cute little play there that's like really fantasy fair style, like Renaissance fair, where everybody's saying huzzah instead of clapping their hands. It's so silly. But there they have a Beauty and the Beast play and a Rapunzel play.
Yeah.
I love those
cute.
shows.
Really.
Huzzah! I feel so silly when I say that.
It's so funny.
So those are like, that's like a must go to spot almost every time I go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
I love waiting in line for Pixie Hollow because Justina and I do this whole role play thing where it's like, okay, look, there's a little princess, or there's a little pixies there, and we're almost a Tinkerbell. We have to use our magic so we could shrink down to pixie size. And then we pretend like we're shrinking, and then we grow big again when we're done. It's a lot of fun. You just got to be a kid when you're there. You have to play into their fantasies because if you don't, it's kind of tough.
Totally. You got to be a fun mom.
It kind of makes it harder to wait in those lines if you're not playing with your kid.
Totally.
Okay, guys, so that was going to be part 1 of our Disney episode.
Thanks for listening.
We have so much more to talk about, so stay tuned and stay moody. Say Moody Mommies.
Moody Mommies.
Moody Mommies Podcast.